Good afternoon, everyone, and well, I'm exaggerating a bit when I say that. It's not a very good afternoon. The afternoon is 6 minutes old, and I'm already thoroughly pissed off. I've just watched Manchester United draw 0-0 for the fifth time in 9 games, and I'm starting to wonder why I bother, honestly, because every time I turn the TV on to watch United play, I get 90 minutes of possession football, with occasional scares at one end that we might actually lose the game, and very little hope that we're actually going to score a goal. And when I do get a little bit of hope, of course, it's dashed by the fact that we can't put the ball in the back of the net. As you can tell, the result is quite fresh. I'm quite angry, and I have no idea how this video is going to go because I've never done a video immediately after a result that has frustrated me as much as this one. I'm really not in a good place right now, but it is football. I'm going to try and keep a smile on my face, and I'm going to try and enjoy my Saturday nonetheless, but I think I need to get a few things off my chest before I can do that. Right, let's start with the start. Every single time Manchester United step out on a football pitch at Old Trafford, specifically, we seem to have a 15-20 minute period where we look like we're going to run away with the game. Happened against Newcastle, I seem to remember. Happened against PSV midweek. Happened today against West Ham. Manchester United, it seems. We're actually playing quite well. We were, opening them up. We looked eager. We looked like we had some energy, some desire. An interesting lineup. We had Fellaini playing instead of Wayne Rooney. And Memphis on the bench. That's an interesting call. But he played decently in the opening 15-20 minutes. And you're thinking, right, this might be one of those days where we actually finally score a goal and win a match. But then you sort of consider that we're playing against West Ham United. Now, I don't know if you've been watching the Premier League this season. It doesn't seem like Louis van Gaal has, because everybody who's been watching the Premier League this season has seen West Ham go away to City, to Liverpool, to Arsenal, and win without conceding a goal. Well, they did concede against City, but point still stands. West Ham are a machine for getting results away from home against teams who are going to dominate the ball. Should be a pretty big red flag for a manager of Louis van Gaal's experience and calibre to let him know that he might need to change his fucking tactics against a team who are going to sit behind the ball and hit us on the break. The fact that we didn't lose this game 3-0 is only down to the grace of David de God, because he made a couple of key saves. The post made a couple of key saves to keep West Ham out during that first 45 minutes, because, like I said, we started well, but we faded. Again, every single game we play 20 minutes, and if we don't score, which we don't, we fade out of the game. It is absolutely ridiculous for a team with the attacking talents that we have to not be scoring goals. I understand, I really do, that West Ham are organised defensively, that they have a game plan, but this isn't just West Ham it's happening against. It's happening against Eindhoven. It's happening against Newcastle fucking United, who are one of the worst teams I've ever seen play football this season. Like, seriously, if we couldn't beat Newcastle, I know that was months ago, but we couldn't beat Newcastle, we couldn't even score against Newcastle. I don't know what hope we have of trying to win the title this season, because we just simply cannot continue to not score goals and expect things to change. Van Gaal right now is approaching the definition of insanity, which is doing the same thing over and over again and expecting something different. He continually has this tactic of playing sideways, playing safe, and being rigid against teams who have found it out. Get a clue, man. We do not have time for this. We're getting into December now. In fact, it's December 4th. It is December. It's crunch time. The next month of the season, especially Tuesday. God, if we go into Wolfsburg and play like that on Tuesday, say hello to the fucking Europa League. We'll be going to Kazakhstan on Thursday nights for the next 3 months. This next month is potentially the most crucial month of the season. Not just for us, but for any team who is in our position. So we really need to start getting our shit together, otherwise this season's going to be just like last one. We're going to scrape in the top 4, and we're going to try and pretend that that is acceptable for a team that has spent the amount of money we have, for a team of our calibre, to continually play poorly and squeak into the Champions League. I'm sorry, I don't want to be Arsenal. Well, to be honest, right now I would like to be Arsenal, because they're playing better football than we are, and they've got a decent chance of winning the league. I don't want to become the Arsenal of the last decade, who have been squeaking into 4th place every season after such a dire first half that they can only just about salvage it. I don't want to be going out of the Champions League group stages like a knob. We're Manchester United. We should be doing better than this. If Alex Ferguson was dead, he'd be turning in his grave. Obviously, he's not dead, so he's probably just turning in his, plush bed, but still, he's not happy about it. And I'm not either. I don't know if you could tell that already, but we just played right into their hands, West Ham United, Their game plan is as crystal clear as anything could be. We saw it on the first day of the season against Arsenal, we saw it against Liverpool, we saw it against City. They go to a team, they let them have the ball, they soak up pressure because they're very good defensively, and they hit them with pace on the counter-attack. Like I said, it's a miracle they didn't score today. We can't hang our hat on this as one of those 0-0s where, well, at least we didn't concede a goal. We're lucky we didn't concede a goal. It was nothing to do with, the defensive talents of players like Chris Smalling and, Daley Blind. We had fucking Guillermo Varela in it right back in the second half. We did not earn that 0-0 by the grace of our own decent defensive performance. We earned a 0-0 because we were shit at one end and we were lucky at the other. And unfortunately, it was the wrong way round from the way it's supposed to be with United. I don't understand, really, at this point, how Van Gaal can continually do the same things and expect United to change, to expect things to change, because does he realise that people have watched our games? I mean, to be honest, I'm amazed that anyone watches United anymore who's not, supporting the team that they're playing against or supporting United. Even United fans, I wouldn't blame them for not wanting to watch these games. My dad's playing golf this afternoon, and I think he's going to have a much better day than I am. We need to fix this, because, unfortunately, since the day that Van Gaal arrived at this club, he has been preaching what he calls his philosophy, okay? And that's acceptable. For a manager who's won the European Cup, who has bags of experience, who has, played football and been around football and studied football for decades, it's understandable that he would have a philosophy, a way that he thinks football can be played effectively. And he's implemented this philosophy very strictly at every club he's been at, and to be honest, by and large, he's been a success. Last season, yeah, we weren't brilliant, but by and large, from where we were, he was successful in the fact that he got us back into the Champions League, he got us a few decent results, we played some decent football at some points in the season, and it was a good building block for this season. But this season is more of the same, and in fact, it's kind of worse, because even though we're better defensively, we're so exponentially worse on an attacking basis. These are reasons why I didn't want players like Di Maria to leave, but they're also the reasons why players like Di Maria left. That's the thing, is every United fan has been, chastising Angel Di Maria for being, a bit of a lard arse and deciding that he couldn't be bothered to, really put the effort in and be a success in English football. He is so talented that I believe if he had stayed, or if he'd really put in the work ethic, he would have been a storming success. But now that, you did leave, and it was mostly because of the way that Van Gaal, had him play and had the team play, I'm starting to understand a little bit, because a player like Angel Di Maria, a good one, who can attack and run with pace and do a couple of tricks, those are the kind of players that suffocate in this Manchester United team. Memphis Depay was inspired when he came on, and yeah, you can chalk that up to him being left on the bench, really getting the fire under him, but you look at that and you think, that is what we're missing. Why bring him on in the 70th minute? Why not bring him on, I don't know, in the first minute? Start the fucker. We're playing Maro and Fellaini, for God's sake. We're not gonna change anything. We're not gonna get anywhere this season if we don't look at what's happening in these games. This is 5 times in 9 games, literally 5 times, a majority of the last, 2 months that we have stepped out on the pitch. We have not scored or conceded a goal. That's bad. That is a red flag. And for all that he says about how we're creating chances, we're creating opportunities, and we're just not taking them. We're being unlucky. That may be the LVG way, create 4 or 5 chances and just roll of the dice. If we actually put one in the back of the net, let's just wait and see. We'll be solid defensively, yeah. We won't concede. We'll give ourselves, 5, 6 clear-cut chances, and if none of them go in, I guess we'll take the draw. That is not okay. For Manchester United, I think Van Gaal needs to educate himself on a certain philosophy, and that's the Man United philosophy. The Manchester United philosophy, since I've been born, for years before I was born, and I'm a grown man, and for years before I was even born, this is how Manchester United have played football. We have attacked, and we have attacked. The way that we play isn't by holding ourselves back defensively and attackingly, really, and just kind of soaking up pressure, making sure we don't concede, and hoping we nick a goal. That isn't Manchester United. That's playing like a pussy, and Manchester United do not play like that. The way that Manchester United play is we go at teams, and sod all if they're going to score 3 goals, we'll score 4 goals, because we will create so many chances that it is statistically improbable to the nth degree that we will not score a goal. That is how we have played for my entire life, and I was very open-minded, extremely open-minded when Van Gaal came in, because I saw what happened with Moyes, who tried to continue the Manchester United philosophy and completely fucked it up. I could understand, a year of rebuilding where we focus on certain key issues, the defence, building ourselves up in midfield, and that's what we did. We, over the summer, we bought Schweinsteiger, we bought Schneiderlin, Smalling really came into his own, and now we have a solid defensive unit of the back five, including De Gea, and even those two central midfielders sitting in front of them. Great. But that front four needs to do some fucking business sooner rather than later, because right now, it's piss poor. Leicester City is scoring goals for fun. Leicester City were going to get relegated about 6 months ago before they pulled themselves out of it, I'm really not happy about this. I mean, I think that's pretty obvious. I've gone on for over 10 minutes about how irritated I am. I'm okay with the fact that Van Gaal came in and shored these things up. But this season, he needs to cut the shit. Because if he doesn't, we're coming for his head in the summer. I know that sounds drastic, and I'm not saying that we're going to sack him if we lose at Wolfsburg on Tuesday. I'd feel like it. I'd feel like doing a lot of things to Louis van Gaal if we lose on Tuesday, especially if we play like that. We'll give him till the end of the season, and if he hasn't got his shit together by then, he needs to pack his bags, and we need to get Giggsy in the door, because he's someone who can actually play attacking football, or at least coach players to play attacking football, because right now it's fucking ridiculous, and I'm at my wit's end. Man of the match is De Gea. It's a pretty empty title when United play that poorly. I'd be tempted to give my man of the match to Winston Reid, because he was more of a colossus than anyone I've ever seen in that game. We had so many chances. Martial missed one, Fellaini missed a sitter. But ultimately, I'm not going to blame the fact that they missed for why we drew this game. I'm going to blame the fact that they only had one chance. A 19-year-old Anthony Martial with a one-touch shot on from 12 yards out. Sure, he could score and probably should score, but he should be getting so many of those opportunities that he scores at least one of them. Fellaini should be getting so many of those opportunities that missing one shouldn't matter this much. The fact of the matter is, we're conceding no goals, but we're scoring no goals. We're literally playing anti-football. And as a football fan, it disgusts me. For many years as an England fan, I've watched terrible football, but I've been used to a higher standard from my club team. And if that standard is slipping, then something needs to change now. If you've enjoyed the video, then fuck you, because it's at my expense.